That's a farmer for you. Good morning. So, as some of you might have noticed, we have been a little MIA for the past 2 weeks, and that was because I needed a break. Every year around the end of July, I kind of get a little burnout, and not in a bad way burnt out. It's just a lot with 5 kids, a business. It's just a lot for me sometimes. So I took a little mini trip with the boys down to a other campground. We've planned something, and actually my whole family has now decided to come, but we are going to Niagara Falls today. That is what all of this is for. And we're not just getting a hotel. My mom has a motorhome, and we are taking the motorhome, but we are staying in a tent because Rob, Aaron, Olivia, and Sam, they were in the last that 1 week in July video. You can see them and they're playing cards. We are taking all of them as well, but they will be joining us on Sunday evening. They are driving up because they had some commitments that they needed to do for today. So Brent needs to go feed the pigs one last time with Sawyer, and the boys are all excited, so they're already up. Well, Mom seems to be running a little behind now since she overpacked the bottom of the camper. So they were still at the house when I went to go check on them. So we'll see what time they show up.
Hey, see if we can get that tent in the shower.
It's literal, Mom, I had to up.
Well, your dad can help you.
Yeah.
My mom had unfortunately overpacked the camper, so we had to do a little bit of rearranging to get everything in, but we got it and we were all ready. Mom, we're gonna show them what you have underneath your bathroom sink. Let's go show them. It's a great spot.
Is that on?
Yeah, it's on.
Really?
It is. Let's go. Show them what you got in the bathrooms. Yeah, Mom. Okay. Bathroom sink. What?
It's the only place you can put it.
Oh my goodness! Look, this is where my mom stores her watermelon and her cantaloupe, or muskmelon.
And this is where we store sleeping bags. And this is just everything. Yeah.
Dad, are you ready?
What's in here?
No.
So fun.
What's in here?
Sawyer's clothes. Briggs, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah? Boys, are you ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah.
They're all this way.
We're ready. My mom's philosophy in packing for any kind of camping trip is always bring more. My thought process is for a trip like this, I would pack less food or exactly what we needed because you can always go out to eat. She, on the other hand, likes to overpack. So we talked about that, and you know what? Since she bought the food, she can do whatever she wants.
Like, I think now.
So what?
We're gonna go see what the boys are doing. So this is why we really liked taking the motorhome down to Florida, was because the kids could have their space, we could drive, I could still get up and make lunches and everything. We had plenty of room, so this is what they usually do. Okay, so we had some setbacks. Mom, did we have some setbacks?
Setbacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Just
a couple tiny things.
Just a couple tiny.
You know, the, let's see, what is it? The,
Real minor.
what, yeah.
Yeah, just real
one
minor.
of the twins decided to push the extend door awning button.
That thing up there.
Yeah.
And
And it extended going down the road.
yeah, and
Then, you know, just a minor detail.
just
the,
another minor
minor.
in the back.
Yeah, everything's looking good.
Driver's
Can't blame
side.
this on anybody. It
Nope.
just
happened to fall off.
rusted and muffler fell off.
Yeah, muffler. The whole muffler fell off.
So
Yeah.
this has been good so far. We're not even to Ohio.
We're not even to Ohio. Like an hour and a half into the trip, and all of a sudden. My camera died. I could not find the batteries for it until just now, and it is the next day. It is Sunday. We have been here one full day. I am making some taco meat for taco salad. We have rented little bikes. The boys did. We did candy bar bingo for the kids just a while ago. It's kind of hot here, 88 degrees, a tiny slight breeze, but other than that, today is just a chill day.
Subscribe.
You can always count on you to say that. Wavelength.
Wavelength, you gotta be on the same wavelength.
Like I'm about to meet a lot of people and I'm about to make an absolute stack.
Rainy.
Okay, so Rob, I had to be very specific about that. Rob, the middle brother, the middle sibling, and he comes up with the game called Wavelength. Where, well, he didn't come up with it, he brought it to everybody's attention to play. My number is this. Yeah.
7.
No way. Kids
Okay,
crafts?
you go inside.
Kids crafts? A 7?
I say 6.
I'm gonna go with 4. I agree with 4.
We gotta agree. We in the middle at 5.
You guys do 6?
Yeah.
4. If you've never played Wavelength before, let me explain it a little bit. Someone picks a number, they don't tell it, and everyone else asks like your favorite brand of shoes. For a number 4, I would have picked like Skechers, or candy bar, I would have done Skittles. And everyone gets to ask one question, you answer it based off of your number, and then they try to get your number. I really enjoyed this. This is a great game to play around the fire if you're trying to switch up the conversation and kind of get to understand why somebody would pick it. We did play a couple of other games after this one, and then we headed inside to get a well-rounded night's sleep because we had Maid of the Mist and Cave of the Winds the next day. Okay.
Look at your camp.
Thank you. We are on our way to the Maid of the Mist tour. It is a 4 or 5 hour tour. You see the Cave of Winds and some other things. So hopefully my batteries last today. I tried to charge them as much as I could. Oh, you're already tired, baby?
Oh. Let me hold
Got
the
the
baby.
other boys
Let me hold the baby.
and my mom and dad,
Yummy.
Rob and Sam, and Olivia, Aaron, and Delaney are behind us. We are going to a bus stop first. That will take us to where we need to buy our tickets. And then from there we go to see everything.
Like and subscribe.
For this tour, we are bringing extra clothes, even though they do provide rain ponchos for you. Every review that we were watching and reading said bring extra clothes. Anyway, so Sawyer has extra clothes for everybody. I am wearing my Chacos today. The boys are wearing their tennis shoes just because I know they will get tired feet. I also have a small rainproof, waterproof bag that we took on our canoe trip or kayaking trip. I have some Canadian money and other essential stuff in here. And then from what I was reading, they recommend not bringing strollers. So I have a carrier for Walker that Brent will most likely be carrying. So we'll see if we need any of this or if it was even worth bringing.
Hey, look at me walk.
Niagara Falls is actually made up of 3 different waterfalls, if you didn't know. So all of the water is coming from Lake Erie, flowing up the Niagara River here. It deposits into Lake Ontario after it goes over the falls and downriver. So to the right of Goat Island, you have the American Falls, and then the Bridal Veil Falls. So those 2 are on one side, and then on the left of Goat Island, you have the Horseshoe Falls, or also known as the Canadian Falls. In terms of measurement, there's about 75,000 gallons per second flowing over the American and Bridal Veil Falls. However, there's 675,000 gallons per second flowing over the Horseshoe Falls.
Mom, do you got one for Walker?
No, I think Walker will be fine without one. Lucky, you be okay without? He has actually done really well for it being 88 degrees right now.
Put it on Mom's backpack.
Wow.
Let's go.
And you're in the shade down here.
For your safety, life jacket. Please refrain from standing in the seats for the metal boxes on your back.
She's right. This is a sauna, even underneath in the shade.
46. The first Maid of the Mist vessel was a twin-stack coal-fired steam unit fueling North America's first windmill of 55 meters.
Nothing better than flowing water.
Ontario, into the St. Lawrence River, and finally to the Atlantic Ocean.
Near the Horseshoe Falls. So when you're over on Goat Island and you're looking at the edge of the falls there, imagine as you're taking pictures and whatnot, looking to your left and seeing a young 17-year-old woman bobbing down the river, coming closer and closer to the edge. That's exactly what happened. Luckily, there were 2 very brave tourists there that day. They weren't related to anybody.
Aaron, what is something you would recommend for having kids going on the Maid of the Mist?
Coming in a cooler month than the beginning of August.
No, it's not that, because if you can only go during a certain time of the year, I would prepare to bring an umbrella for one. I think an umbrella, even just a small pop-up one. And
Tons of ice water.
yeah, because apparently pack a sandwich. If you have younger children,
Leave them at home.
and if you can't leave them at home, I would say you can bring a stroller. The Maid of the Mist made it sound as though you would not bring a stroller. The way it was worded was weird, and you could totally bring a stroller. I would highly recommend a stroller because there is no place between. Where would you say? Where we got on at the Hard Rock Cafe?
Must be.
The state park. Anywhere within the state park, it does not seem like there is any water. Olivia, anything for you?
Kid stroller fan.
This is also where you can have a nice little vantage point of the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, Luna Island.
We are at the Cave of the Winds right now, and they have a cafe here. I would not recommend it. We did not eat before we went on the Maid of the Mist and went on our little guided tour guide thing, and we were hungry and thirsty. So we come here thinking, okay, it's going to be a bit more expensive, not as expensive as I thought. This 1 cup of stuff, $7.
Okay, that's disgusting. Get your sandwich off the table.
Why?
Any of you want chicken? You want more, Sawyer? Pretty sure.
4 chicken tenders and fries was $16. Do you remember how much these were?
No, that was
That was $16. Yeah, right
something
here.
with me.
A turkey sandwich, $13. Just a turkey sandwich. The can of Aquafina, $4.50. So,
Not bad for water, kind of.
it's expensive. Ridiculously expensive.
A little ridiculous. The sandwich.
How are you gonna?
I don't know, Stacey. The whole experience is garbage.
Not gonna lie, it's 88 to 90 degrees right now. Kind of humid, and this is starting to get not that enjoyable. But it's because it's that hot, and Walker is not, he's getting extremely tired. Let's go. What's that? Whoa. 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 Let's go. Stop. You want to walk? We really enjoyed the Cave of the Winds with the boys. When I took Walker up by myself, there was no way I could watch him hold his hand and video record, and my camera would have gotten soaked and ruined anyway. So thank you, Aaron, for bringing the GoPro and taking video of the whole thing. If you have never heard about the Cave of the Winds, I would recommend doing that last, since you get extremely wet doing it. As you can tell, all of these people are soaked. And make sure you save your Maid of the Mist poncho for this trip, because the yellow ones are, I'm sorry, but garbage.
The blue ones were way better. They have a drawstring on the hood, making it easier to keep it around your face, tighter, keeping all of your clothes dry. Now, for the kids, I really didn't care because I did pack everybody clothes anyway, but it was still nice knowing that I had some dry clothes for those just in case moments. You could kind of see Walker here. I actually just ended up taking his poncho off because it didn't even fit him properly. And really, he loved getting wet because the water coming off of this was actually very warm. So there was no need for him to stay dry. And as you can tell, all of us loved it. Up here at that top part where my mom and Aaron and everybody else was, that right there is apparently classified as a level 1 or class 1 hurricane. So with how forceful the water is coming off of that rock right there, it is a level 1 hurricane. So make sure you do this one last if you plan on doing other things during the day, and then hit Cave of the Winds is our suggestion. Okay, so this is our next day, and we are going to the big Ferris wheel over there, where you can get pretty much the same view. And this is the Rainbow Bridge that we are at right now. But that is, it's pretty cool. All we had to do was go through a little spindle thing back at the entrance. I guess there is no trolley to take you to this side. So you do have to walk. So from the visitor center to kind of the entrance for Canada was about 15 minutes. And I'm guessing they're going to check our passports up here. I don't know. I've never been to Canada and I've never walked across this way, so we'll find out. Right here, we've got the international line, so technically we are in Canada now.
Noise.
What are we on, boys?
Sky.
The Sky Wheel. In what country?
New Jersey.
Canada, that's right.
Whoa.
50,000 gallons.
If it wasn't outside, we would do it.
Crash into
What?
the below.
Whoa.
Looking to the south, you'll see the falls view of the
Papa.
in the Skyline Town.
Briggs, is this pretty cool?
Mom, can we go in the bumper cars?
Maybe.
Look at that. We gotta go high.
Take your backpack. Was it pretty easy getting into Canada, boys?
No.
It wasn't?
It was.
Oh, besides the
2
walk,
hours.
we did not walk 2 hours. So besides the taking a little bit longer because the boys didn't have passports, all we had to do was bring their birth certificates. And Brent and I were both present, so say if a husband or a wife or if you're divorced, you do have to get their signature permission with a letter stating that you are okay with them coming across. Otherwise, children 15 and under can go into Canada with their parents or guardians and like some kind of permission slip. Fairly simple. Like it took us longer because there were 5 kids and she had to manually enter each of the names, their birth dates, and then she asked them, okay, which one's Trip? And they said present, and that was it, right? But if you just have your passports, it is super easy getting in. We had no trouble whatsoever.
170 feet off the ground.
American Falls and
Scared?
the Canadian.
Reminds me of Disney World, actually.
It's like Disney World in a town setting. Or a...
It's very touristy.
Very touristy, but it's great for kids. The American side, if you're going to do more of the hikes, the American side it would be better because of the Niagara Falls State Park. But if you're wanting to kind of do more games and carnival themed stuff, like they have indoor putt-putt, which is I think what we are gonna do maybe later. It's a pirate theme, so they have a couple of different ones, like the one down below us that is a dinosaur themed one. But I would for sure, if you have kids or if you don't have kids, I would highly recommend the Cave of the Winds. That was so cool. Like I said, we went up it twice because Walker had so much fun just playing in the water, and then since I had brought a change of clothes for him, I just changed his clothes right afterwards.
We never been out of the country.
Yes, but Trip, remember when we got through customs, or we went across the border, the lady took her stuff, and I said that some of your classmates won't even leave your state, and yet you've left a country, and why are we able to leave the country like that and be able to go on these trips?
Because God blessed us. Because God blessed us.
That's right. And He's blessed us. Why?
Because I had no idea.
What did you say? It was so good, Trip.
Because we believe in Him.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
You remember saying that?
Yeah.
It was so unscripted. It was so good. It was perfect. Okay, Dad, while you were in the gondola, what were you doing? You were doing some math?
Figuring how many acres per second I could irrigate with the water that went over the falls per second.
Okay, and say you're
29 acres per second, 1 inch deep.
Okay, so for some perspective for people who have been to the campground, we own the field behind the campground, which has popcorn in it right now, and that's about 36. So we could irrigate that whole field behind the campground in 1 second, 1 inch deep. And you like to, okay, with the regular irrigation system, how much would that be? Like, how long would it take to irrigate 1 inch deep that 36 acres? Like a whole day?
Yeah, half a day or so.
It would take about 12 hours to irrigate 36 acres, which is behind the campground. But with the water that's pumping out of the falls, that's going over the falls, we could do it in 1 second. That's a farmer for you. We just crossed the border back into the US, and that was actually very easy. They didn't ask for anything in our bags. They just asked what we were doing and where we were from, and that was it. They didn't ask to see anything else. We did just have the boys' passports, or not passports, our passports. Yeah, they didn't even check us. We told Sawyer that might have to do a strip search on him. They didn't even have to, right? Because sometimes they have to do weird things. But yeah, we're on our way back to the campground.
He's probably going to tell me no, and that's okay. But if I don't ask, the answer's no. That's what my grandpa taught me.
Is this bus system fun, Sam?
No, it's absolutely trash.
Living in the country, a bus system is very difficult to understand because they tell us that we need 40 Niagara Falls or 40 Buffalo, but yet the last bus that just passed said they weren't going to Buffalo, but it had 40 Buffalo on it, and we've gotten on 40 every other time. So I'm so glad I don't have to take the bus system every day, because this would be very difficult to understand. What'd they say, Sam?
No. The next bus is 40.
Are you sure? Because the last bus was 40.
Not sure. I'm not sure about anything anymore.
Every single bus comes over. You know the baby can just go under the seat.
Don't give him any ideas.
So see what he does.
He's gonna... Hey, we're not on the grass.
Nice try there, Rob.
We are extremely grateful to be able to have gone on this trip with my entire family. And just like I told the boys, there are lots and lots of people in this world that are not able to go on trips just like this. Some people don't even leave their own state. And we are just so overwhelmed with the opportunity to have been able to do this with our kids. This trip was definitely one to remember, and we know that all of our boys, most likely not Walker, but they will be able to remember this time together as a family, to be able to go and see one of the amazing wonders that God created for us to enjoy while here on earth. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you ever plan to going to Niagara Falls, take into consideration some of the suggestions that we had and enjoy your trip. Thanks for watching.
Stop.
Told you it's not gonna stop.
It's a military.
I feel like we need a little pull. We need a little pull thing. Yeah.